All right. Let me get situated. Hi, everyone. Welcome to April's wellness class. We're going to be talking about ditching and switching, swapping your way to a low tox home. But before we get started, I'd just like to pray over the broadcast. Father, in the name of Jesus, I want to thank you for this day. This is the day that you have made. We rejoice and we are glad in it. I thank you for bringing us to through the month of April. And even as we're here on the 26th, looking at the tail end of the month, we thank you for the month that has been. Father, in Jesus' name, as we just go through this class, we commit the broadcast into your hands. Holy Spirit, I invite your presence into this atmosphere. And I pray that the information that I share here will empower someone to take their wellness a bit more seriously, to just be more intentional and deliberate concerning their wellness choices. We thank you because this body that you have given us is the temple of the Holy Spirit, and it is our responsibility to look after it. I pray for every revelation that you would have your way, Holy Spirit, that you would just impart the wisdom we need in order to lay hold of the promise of long life that you have given us in Psalm chapter 91, verse 16. We bless your holy name and we give you thanks, we give you glory, and we honor you. In Jesus' precious name I pray. Amen. All right, so I see my Zoom has a new layout, which I think is pretty cool. So just see me as a little dot over there in the corner. But welcome to the month of April. Welcome to this class. It's a class I have been looking forward to do for a very long time. Top of the list of how I use essential oils, my first way is self-care, then skincare, but then now green home, eco living, low tox living comes a close third. So we're going to be talking about the swaps that you can make so that your home can be low toxicity. That's what low tox is. All right, so hi, my name is Bree. For those who don't know me, I'm so glad that you found my YouTube channel, and I'm glad that you particularly found this class. I love essential oils. I've been using doTERRA essential oils for over 8 years now. My mission is just to show you how to use essential oils as a wellness tool every day, safely and effectively. I'd also just invite you to kind of check out the other wellness classes I have done. This would be my, I want to say, the 14th or the 15th wellness class. I do these classes every month, catering to a different number of topics. And I normally let you know what the next month's class is going to be in advance towards the end of this presentation. All right, so by the way, this photo was taken in 2020, and every time I look at it and I remember that grass, I'm always very happy. That's just irrelevant. A small irrelevant nugget that I'd like to throw in here. So this is an informational class. It's not intended to replace proper medical advice. I don't purport to be a doctor. I don't purport to be anything of that sort. What I'm doing is sharing with you information that I've done from research, knowledge, training, and personal experience, specifically with doTERRA essential oils. As usual, I encourage you to practice due diligence and to make healthcare decisions in partnership with your healthcare provider. So again, karibuni sana to everybody who just wants to figure out, okay, what is the fuss about green home and eco home, low tox, ditching and switching, and all these terms that get thrown around, which it kind of looks like trends, but they're actually not trends. So what we're going to be talking about today is the effect of everyday chemicals on our body systems. And I just want to say that since I began teaching these wellness classes, I have taken on a completely different approach, which is just examining the effect of some of these things on body systems. I'm very interested to understand how our body systems are affected by outside factors like environment and stress and all that, but also how essential oils then come in to support these various body systems, because I've come to realize that it's a symbiotic relationship where our bodies get to benefit from essential oils. Okay, so it would not necessarily be correct to call it symbiotic because our bodies don't necessarily affect or benefit essential oils. But let's just say that this is a beneficial relationship for our bodies, right? We're going to talk about ingredient labels, and we're just going to be reading and learning how to decipher popular ingredients that are used in cleaners and such things. Then I'm going to talk to you about 5 non-toxic and cost-effective and multi-purpose swaps that you can already begin to incorporate in your cleaning routines. And then lastly, I'm going to share with you a couple of DIY recipes, and then I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to help you begin the process of greening your home if you haven't already. So this class is for newbies and seasoned green people. That sounds so funny. But yeah, newbies and seasoned green people. I pray that there is something that you'll be able to pick up today that is going to you're going to be able to carry it forward into your homes to begin to, begin the journey towards having a cleaner and a simpler home routine. It's all going to make sense as we go along. So the first body system I want us to talk about is the nervous system. And I talked about the nervous system when I was doing which class? The pampering class. That was in February. And so the nervous system is our body's communication channel. It's very complex. It's made up of the brain, the spinal cord, and a complex pathway of nerves throughout the body. It's the primary command center for our body. It's almost like one massive electrical information highway. So it's responsible for emotion. It's where our thoughts and feelings are generated. It processes information, regulates so many body movements and processes. So without your nervous system, you're not able to reason, understand language, think, see, taste, smell, or feel. And one of the reasons that I'm particularly excited to just explore, and this is a very rudimentary and a very minimal exploration of different body systems, is because once you begin to look at these details, or this is a tiny percentage, let's say 0.0001% of how the body system functions, you begin to appreciate that clearly this is the handiwork of a master creator. And this never ceases to amaze me when you begin to understand. So we know that the body is made up of 9 major systems, and within these systems are complex and intricate, what you call them? I'm trying to find the correct word, but complex and intricate. There's so much more behind the scenes that powers these 9 major body systems that we have. So just understanding the interplay for me is fascinating, because I begin to see the hand of God literally in his handiwork of how he created human beings. So we've got the central nervous system, which has the brain and the spinal cord, and then we have the autonomic nervous system, which regulates functions we don't consciously control. So like right now, I'm speaking to you, but I'm breathing and things are going on. My heart is beating, my blood is moving around the body. And it's something that it's happening so automatically, I don't have to think about it. But there's a whole complex network and system behind that is powering these actions. So we see that the nervous system is delicate and can easily be upset. And an imbalance can contribute to head tension, discomfort, feelings of anxiety or stress, and many other daily struggles. So that's the nervous system, which deals with, all these major body functions. And then we've got the endocrine system, which is again another complex network of glands, and including the pituitary, the thyroid, the adrenals, the ovaries, the testes. And this is a part of the body that produces, stores, and releases hormones. And your hormones are responsible for maintaining homeostasis, regulating metabolism, growth, sleepiness, heart rate, blood sugar, all these other things. So you can clearly see that the endocrine system and the nervous system really work hand in hand. So we've got hormones are chemical messengers. It is the endocrine system which will trigger these different glands to release the hormones into the bloodstream, which then distributes the hormones throughout the body. So it regulates the release of adrenaline, of cortisol, insulin, progesterone, melatonin, serotonin, estrogen, and testosterone, among others, throughout the body. Like I said, this is not in depth. This is just information that I quickly put together and gleaned from a little bit of internet research, right? Um, so we've got the pituitary gland, which is the master gland. Then we've got the hypothalamus, and both of them communicate what hormones to be released and when. It also has the limbic system. Now, what we have seen of late, and this is actually why this class is very important, is that there has been a lot of hormonal imbalances. And some of the obvious reasons include, poor nutrition, stress, medication, underlying conditions, lifestyle choices, what they're saying, hormonal disorders. But I also want to really just highlight this whole idea of environmental toxins. And one of the ways that environmental toxins and chemicals affect the endocrine system and affect our hormones is that they go in and they disrupt the endocrine system. I don't know if you have had talk about endocrine disrupting chemicals. I don't know if you talked about, if you've heard about hormone disruptors. And the more I think about this, I got this revelation that a lot of the issues, and I was like, okay, mostly this pertains to reproductive health issues, can be traced back to overexposure to poisonous and dangerous chemicals and toxins. And for a while, I didn't quite understand what the first was. But as you look at the direction the world is going, with an increase in hormonal imbalances, with an increase of cases where we're having more effeminate men and more masculine women, it means that there is something that is going on within the body that is leading to this. Do with this information what you want, take it however you want. But I think it is food for thought, because the moment that clicked in my head, I finally began to understand that these poisonous chemicals and toxins are not, that their harm goes deep within to the DNA of the human body. So one of the ways that we are encouraged, hence this class, to how we are encouraged to really help nurture, look after our endocrine system and nervous systems in particular, is by reducing exposure to endocrine disrupting chemicals, which impact how these systems work. And examples of these are BPA. I don't know if you have seen that nowadays when you're buying many plastic items, especially plastic water bottles, they write BPA free, because studies have been done and it has been seen that BPA is an endocrine disruptor. Look, and it does say here that BPA is used in manufacturing and food packaging. And then we've got phthalates, which are found in cosmetics. We've got fragrances, we've got phytoestrogens, and we've also got chemicals in cleaning supplies, which we're going to talk about shortly. So one of the things to note, and I've put this in red, I have put the hazard sign so that you can just really pay attention, that the majority of ingredients found in personal care and conventional cleaning products are not safe enough to eat. So one of the tests that many people are using is, number one, can I pronounce the ingredient? And I wonder, by the time we're done with this particular class, that you will now begin to start reading your labels. Sometimes you look at a thing and you're like, what are all these things? And are they really necessary? And you'll find that in most commercial products, you can't even pronounce half of them. And if you can't pronounce half of them, most of a good percentage of the time, they are not safe enough to eat. So the thing is, as you apply these products to your skin, as you're inhaling these products, as you're interacting with these products, they enter your bloodstream. Now, we know that the skin is a protective barrier and it's the largest organ of the body. In fact, I probably should have included the skin as one of the body systems that is affected by exposure to chemicals. And many of these compounds are carcinogenic and neurotoxic, they are allergic, and most importantly, they are hormone disrupting. And many of us are suffering from allergies and unexplained health issues that can be traced back to a high exposure to chemicals and toxins. So I don't know if you go to a place and the first thing that hits you is a very strong scent and immediately you begin to get a headache. I know that happens to me. So just being in situations or even using like air fresheners which just have a high concentration of fragrance, I immediately begin to get a headache. Some people sneeze, some people's eyes start tearing, some people's skin becomes irritated. You have to begin to pay attention. You have to begin to pay attention to some of these signs that your body is giving you when you are in a place and this is happening, okay? So some of the ingredients to watch out for. And even before we go inside here, I have 3 common household products, and this is what we currently have in our house. So no judgment to anyone. So this is Pride. It's called a multi-purpose liquid detergent. Let's read the ingredients for ourselves. Aqua, water, anionic surfactants, non-ionic surfactants, salt, chelating agent, formalin, benzyl alcohol, citral, citronellol, D-limonene, linalool, geraniol, fragrance, and all these things that have numbers here and there. So one of the things I just want to point out from the word go is, you see when somebody tells you anionic surfactants, the question is, which ones? Why do you find that you have to hide what anionic surfactants are? Why don't you give us the specific? Because I'm sure there must be very specific ones that they are using. Number 2, non-ionic surfactants. Which ones? Where is your complete list of ingredients? If we're going to be petty, let's just be petty for a few minutes, right? And then what is a chelating agent? And I'm sure there is a type that they use. So why aren't you putting it here? Then we've got formalin. And if I remember correctly, formalin had something to do with morgues, a preservative that is used in morgues to preserve dead bodies. Okay, we've got benzyl alcohol. Now, what I can quickly pick out is citral, citronellol. These are all essential oil plant compounds. At least they should be. Because I can see like D-limonene is a component of citrus oils. And then another thing you see is like they've put lemon fresh, which means they have put a sort of, I want to call it a derivative of some sort to mimic the lemon scent or because D-limonene is what gives citrus oils their brightness and what gives them their cleansing properties, right? Linalool is ordinarily found in essential oils like lavender. It's a relaxant and said to really just calm people down. Geraniol is found mostly in geranium and a few other essential oils. Then you've got fragrance. And we're going to talk about that as we go ahead. And then we've got C119, 140. I just don't have the energy to go into Google and check it. But this is now a multi-purpose liquid detergent. I have here Glade air freshener. In fact, it is called Ocean Escape True Scent Technology for a lasting fragrance of clean. Let's read the directions, what is here. So it has fragrance less than 5, no, more, this is less than 5%, solvents greater than 30%, propellant 15 to 30%, non-ionic surfactant, and inorganic salts. Now, these are very blanket ingredients. And my question would be, what exactly is in here and why aren't you saying? What are you covering? You know, sometimes how we can say that all these are herbs. But in herbs, there are so many types of herbs. And then you tell me, specify which herb. Then I come and say, there's rosemary, there's thyme, there's lavender, for example. The last one I have here is Magni multi-purpose glass cleaner, easy to use for a glowing sheen. It says, so they say, first of all, listen to the caution. If you have sensitive skin or damaged skin, it is advised to wear rubber gloves and if spilled on skin, wash with water. Do not ingest or breathe the spray and wash your hands immediately after use. All these precautions tell you that this is something that you have to be worried about. You have to be careful with how you're using. Let's go to the ingredients. Contains, amongst others, surfactants, solvents, perfume, and dye. Now, this is very blanket. I don't know what kind of poison, I don't know what kind of toxin, I don't know what they are using. And if, oh my gosh, it actually has a very strong smell. Wow, it actually has a very strong smell. So let's just go into some of the ingredients that manufacturers use. So we've got ammonium hydroxide, which is a form of ammonia. It is a cleaning agent known to, manage or deal with challenging jobs. If you've ever smelled ammonia, you know how it actually stings your nose stream. And so consistent exposure to ammonia can cause your lungs to tighten up in the long run. Then we've got chlorine or bleach. And now most of us use chlorine and most of us use bleach. And you know that it has a very sharp stinging scent. But the danger is that when you mix it with certain chemicals, you can get a poisonous gas. And then obviously bleach is poisonous when ingested, and it can also leave chemical burns on the skin. So what it does is it's effective as a cleaning agent because it literally burns away dirt and grime, but it can also burn the sensitive bits of your skin, and that includes your eyes, your nose. And one of the things about using some of these things is you have to use gloves, but many of us don't. It's not a necessity. But by exposing our naked skin to some of these chemicals, we're doing ourselves more harm than good. Then we've got phthalates, and this is normally common in skincare, but there are many cleaners contain fragrance. We've seen actually in all three of these going by the name fragrance or going by the name perfume. And with artificial fragrances come phthalates. These toxins are responsible for lowered sperm count and other reproductive issues. Lotion, shampoo, body wash, cleaners, candles, air fresheners contain these artificial components that will wreak havoc on your endocrine system. Then we have got synthetic fragrances, and we've even got perfume. PARFUM. Synthetic fragrances. This is a general label which can contain up to any number of, in any mixed order or combination of up to 4,000 toxins. And I know sometimes when you get into some places, there's some air fresheners that just smell sharp, penetrating, and when you smell them, your head begins to pain. The only thing about, and actually part of the reason why manufacturers are getting away with writing things very general, overarching terms like surfactants and solvents and perfume and dyes, because the law does not obligate them to write out a full list of their ingredients. Because if they did that, I'm sure by the time you looked through the first three and you went and did a Google search, you would not buy their product. So they're not obligated to write out the full list of their ingredients. So there's no full disclosure. Then we've got fragrances, and the reason you would want to add a fragrance to a product is obviously to mask odors, but they also carry various symptoms. And many of us are allergic to synthetic fragrances, but because we are so accustomed to it, we may not be able to pinpoint directly and say, unless you're very keen and you realize that anytime I'm around the smell of, what do they call it? They call it, I don't know, linen. They call it a mini crazy name. Like this one now is Ocean Escape, trying to capture the essence of the ocean in a bottle of air freshener, right? So like we talked about, you might get skin irritations, dry or wet eyes, migraine headaches, or allergy-like symptoms. So from today, I'd just like you to pay attention if you're still using manufactured cleaners. And this is with no shade, because to be honest, sometimes it's easier to just go and pick something already. But if you begin to notice that when you spray a certain air freshener, you begin to get a headache, you might want to reconsider. If you're asking yourself, why am my skin getting so irritated, or why are my eyes watering, you might want to begin to consider. There are people who's, for example, let's not even go far. When you're washing dishes and you're using a dishwashing soap liquid, or you're using dishwashing paste, and then your skin begins to peel off, and then now you see for Kenyans, because it's almost like we really have no other option. Many people have resorted to, you either wear gloves or you oil your hands really well after, but it won't take away from the fact that your skin is being affected by certain chemicals that are being used in the what you call it, in the dishwashing liquid or the dishwashing paste. So you want to get options. You want to get options that are safer and gentler on your skin. And then we've got certain chemicals in fragrance can alter mood and even hormones. And like I told you, manufacturers can hide many different ingredients under general labels. And if they were to fully disclose what it is they put, and you did a Google search, I'm sure many people would be horrified out of even buying some of these things, right? The other one we've got is triclosan, which affects the thyroid and interferes with estrogen production. Companies use this as an antibacterial and to kill harmful germs. And then we've got SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate, and this is what helps create SAD. So I think that is what they are calling a surfactant. So if you have like soap, and you have that, you know what makes soap is SAD, the bubbles, the soapiness, and that's caused by SLS. But having more SADs doesn't necessarily mean that what you're using is superior. So SLS can cause skin reactions ranging from a minor rash to severe eczema. And so if your skin is problematic, that's why people are always saying, you need to switch to gentler options, especially for babies. That's why if you find your baby has eczema, for example, you will not bathe them with normal soap, because in fact, it will do much more harm than good, right? I even saw when I was brushing my teeth that toothpaste, Colgate in particular, has SLS as an ingredient. I was like, that is why when you brush with Colgate or toothpaste in general, you feel your mouth form has all these bubbles. That's the work of SLS. And then we've got acetaldehyde, which is a human carcinogen, and a carcinogen is a cancer-causing compound found in most popular odor eliminators. And it is also found in chemicals and in cigarette smoke. So and I think this is a marketing and marketing psychology. Over the years of doing things a certain way, we have been almost programmed to think a certain way and to associate certain things. So for example, with soap, many of us know that kama haitoi ladha, if it does not produce bubbles and a lather, that is not soap. Like soap has to produce lather. That is when we know we are clean. We associate clean, squeaky clean with bubbles and suds. We associate certain smells with clean. So when I see something like lemon fresh or lavender fresh or pine fresh, those are scents that the human psyche has been programmed or wired to associate with clean. When I smell Dettol antiseptic, I smell clean. When I hear something like Protex and the way they like saying 99% kills 99.99% of germs as an antibacterial soap, there's a way marketing psychology has played into the human psyche. So now our minds have almost been trained as a result of years of marketing exposure to associate certain things with certain things, which is personally, now that I'm talking about it a lot, I'm beginning to understand that many people are having, it's almost like a resistance to chemical-free options just because of what we are used to, how we grew up. We grew up a particular way. So now when you have to begin to change the trajectory, it can be a little bit hard. And the proverb that's coming to mind is you can't teach an old dog new tricks. We've got silica, which is added to powdered cleaners, and inhaling this dust can cause scarring in the lungs, blocking airflow. And a study was done and they found that if you're around chemicals that use silica, you're most likely to develop lung cancer. And with some of these things, it's almost like they sneak up on you. And they sneak up on you as a result of prolonged exposure and use. And you might never know. It could be a possible cause, but you might never know, right? And then we've got many cleaning products include sodium hydroxide, which is the main ingredient in bleach. And we're seeing the major ways that chemicals will affect the human body is through inhalation and through getting into the bloodstream via the skin, and also causing the causing of skin irritations, right? And so, like we've said, rarely do we use gloves, and manufacturers recommend wearing gloves, sometimes goggles, sometimes mask. But the danger of some of these cleaning products is that they actually destroy all bacteria, including good bacteria. Our bodies require a certain amount and a certain type of bacteria to be able to have, for our immune systems to be strong. And when our immune system is compromised, so like these things that are claiming to be 99.99 antibacterial wipes away 99.99% of bacteria. Haibagui, it doesn't discriminate. It will go for good, bad, all bacteria, leaving you literally stripped bare, right? And so your immune system then becomes compromised. Then we've got toluene, which is added to multi-purpose cleaners because it dissolves sticky substances. Let's just go back here. If we have aqua, and now why would you say aqua? So you just say water, surely. We understand water. Anionic surfactants, non-ionic surfactants, gelatin agent, formalin, benzyl alcohol, fragrance, etc., etc. And this one here, which has surfactants, solvents, perfume, and dye. Now, assuming toluene is in one of these products, right? It's used because it dissolves sticky substances. It can cause eye irritation, skin dryness, feelings of anxiety, and brain fog. Look at that. If you use products with toluene, you're risking pregnancy loss, insomnia, and damage to the reproductive system. Where have I seen toluene used? I believe it must either I have seen it in certain nail polishes, or is it nail polish remover? I have to confirm, but I believe I have seen this compound somewhere. So we have to begin to start reading the labels of the products we buy. And maybe once you read and do a little Google research, you'll be scared. It will scare you away from some of these poisons, right? So the question then becomes, why swap to non-toxic cleaners? Why should we avoid the convenience of conventional cleaning products and just close our eyes and make the swap? The first thing is, we're looking at simple and no fuss. I don't want to have products like silica, sodium hydroxide, toluene, triclosan, SLS, acetaldehyde, non-surfactants, ionic surfactants. First of all, if I can't pronounce it, I'm already going to begin to question. I want my ingredients to be simple, straightforward, no drama, no question. The second reason is that they are safe with no side effects. We've gone through a list of those who are 9, and that's just a small fraction of what I could find. I didn't even do an in-depth study. With the 9 ingredients I have listed there, and we have seen some of these side effects. And the most dangerous of them all is that endocrine disruption and hormonal imbalance. For me, that's very scary. So I want to use products that are safe, that have no side effects. And then number 3, they're budget friendly and they're multi-purpose. Now, how expensive a non-toxic cleaner can be really is up to you. You can decide to go all the way, or you can just decide to keep it very simple and very basic. This truly is up to you. And then they're multi-purpose in the sense that you can use one product to cover so many areas. So this thing where you look under people's sink and you have a sink cleaner, a tap cleaner, a stainless steel cleaner,
a grout cleaner, a bathtub scrubber, a toilet cleaner. And like you have lots of, and you ask yourself, is that really necessary? You can have one formulation which you put, excuse me, which you put in one spray bottle, and this is enough to look after all your windows, your surfaces, your floor, your glasses, like everything, all contained in this one spray bottle. The other things that they're easy to use and they're also effective. One of the major concerns people would have is, are they as effective as commercial cleaning products? And the answer is yes, sometimes even so, without bringing all these other things attached. And at the end of the day, really, it becomes expensive if your health is going to be compromised. That's just the reality. Anything that compromises your health and wellness, anything that comes at the cost of your health and your wellness is expensive in the long run. So we're going to talk about, I want to highlight 5 ingredients, just 5, that you can begin to use right now to begin to make the shift. The first one is good old vinegar. Good old vinegar. And vinegar is effective. And in Kenya here, we are blessed to be able to get vinegar in 5-liter jerry cans. We've had a 5-liter jerry can of vinegar for, I think, about a year. It's just getting done, but we've gone through it, and okay, I'm the one who uses it mostly, but yes. So vinegar is a natural deodorizer, and it reduces stains due to its acidity. It's a non-toxic acid, acetic acid, which can remove dirt and provide your glass surfaces with a streak-free shine. So in lieu of using this new Magni multi-purpose glass cleaner, easy to use for a glowing sheen, what Brie has done here is Brie has vinegar and thyme essential oil and water, which I will then just shake, and go and spritz on my glass, on my mirrors, and wipe it down. This is one multi-purpose ingredient that can easily replace all the household cleaners you use. Vinegar is versatile. In fact, if you wanted to start somewhere, go and buy yourself a 5-liter jerry can of vinegar and keep it around the house. When you dilute your vinegar with water and add essential oils, there aren't any odd smells. That's one of the concerns. People say that, vinegar has a smell. Is it going to affect my cleaning? If you dilute it, and the smell dissipates very quickly, you barely notice it after like 5 minutes have passed. And the other thing I found very fascinating to be able to do is to learn how to make your own vinegar. It's a really simple process. All you need is some fruit, water, sugar, and thyme. But it's really nice. So what I've made so far, I have done a citrus and mint vinegar, which I use for cleaning, and then I've got an apple vinegar, which is almost just like an apple cider vinegar, right? Okay. Then we've got hydrogen peroxide, which is a toxin-free disinfectant that effectively removes fungi, bacteria, germs, and stains. And hydrogen peroxide is mostly used in hospitals, but it also has uses. It also has found uses in cleaning the home. So its bubbling action helps lift stains from fabric. It's a great, gentler alternative to bleach. You can combine hydrogen peroxide with baking soda or vinegar to create a bubbly reaction that eradicates stuck-on food pieces. And this is really just science. An acid plus a base gives you a whole something. Gives you nice, it has a whole chemical reaction going around. So you want to keep it in a dark bottle. This here is just for illustration purposes. It's an image for illustration purposes, but most hydrogen peroxide actually comes in a dark bottle because it breaks down with sunlight. And it's because it functions almost like a bleach. It can discolor items, so you want to test in a small area before use. Then number 3 is baking soda. So in order of priority, I would make sure my home has vinegar. Then I would make sure my home has baking soda. So baking soda is good at eliminating odors. So you normally smell. So you normally find that people will take baking soda, put in a dish, put it in their fridge, put it in their closet, add a couple of essential oils, because what it does is it literally absorbs odors and then it neutralizes them. Then it is also an all-natural abrasive and exfoliant that easily loosens grease, tough debris, and stains without ruining surfaces. It becomes a deodorizer when essential oils are used, and it is useful for cleaning all areas of the home, from the kitchen, your bathrooms, the fridge, closet, floors, and it is extra useful when it is mixed with vinegar. Then we've got Castile soap. So if you're looking for a gentler, this is a gentler vegetable-based, oil-based soap, which can either be liquid or in bar soap form. But for the sake of cleaning the house, you kind of want it to be liquid. And this is a formulation that you can use to replace soap anywhere where you need body wash, hand soap, shampoo. So it's normally made with it came from the Castile region of Spain, where they would make it with olive oil. But now, from what I read, if it's made outside of the Castile region, it's actually called Bastille soap. And people are using all kinds of oils, hemp oil, avocado oil, and there's a very famous brand of Castile soap called Dr. Bronner's, but it's quite expensive here in Kenya. But there is another group called Urban Chic, and there are people in Kenya now who have begun to make Castile soap. So with Castile soap, you can easily make body wash, hand soap, shampoo, dog shampoo, pet shampoo, floor, dish soap. Like this one formulation can be used as your soap of choice. It can also be used for general and deep house cleaning, and you can bolster or boost its effects by adding essential oils. And because it's highly concentrated, you need to make sure that you're diluting it correctly. And the best thing about this soap is it's non-toxic and it's good for the environment as well, right? And then lastly, my last choice here would therefore obviously be incorporating essential oils into your cleaning routines. And why essential oils, are all natural, safe, effective, and non-toxic. These are a natural protocol that help us stay well, providing protection without polluting ourselves or our environments. And you can easily swap out everyday products that are toxic to your overall wellness and create tailor-made solutions. So for example, if I want to make a very quick body wash, a 2-ingredient body wash, I would simply take Castile soap and my favorite essential oil or blend, which would be, for example, the citrus bloom blend. And I have myself a very effective, gentle, natural, non-toxic, simple body wash. In addition to their beautiful fragrance, most essential oils also easily multitask as antiviral, antimicrobial, antifungal, emotionally uplifting. And this particular property of them being antimicrobial, where they are antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal, is very important when it comes to cleaning, because at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to avoid. That's what we're trying to get rid of when we are cleaning up. We want to get rid of the germs and the microbes that could be lurking around. So using essential oils, especially those that have been studied for their antimicrobial effect, is very useful when it comes to cleaning. So some of my recommendations when it comes to using essential oils would be tea tree. Everybody knows that tea tree is a great antifungal essential oil, and it also works on smelly stains. And then we've got citrus oils, your lemon, your orange, your grapefruit, your tangerine, but mostly lemon and lime. That's why you will find that cleaning want you to use want to say lemon fresh, because lemon is associated with clean, and for good reason, because it contains D-limonene, and it also has a bit of linalool, which helps it with its uplifting qualities. So one of the associations of lemon is that when you've cleaned with lemon, your space just feels bright and cheery, right? And so you use a citrus oil for that effect. So you can make a very quick multi-purpose spray with some vinegar, with some lemon or lime, topped up with water, and use it to spray down your surfaces. And it's also especially good in the kitchen if you have like kitchen flies, fruit flies, and stuff like that. Just wipe down your surfaces with that solution. And then we've got eucalyptus oil, and you see here it kills dust mites which like to lack deep in carpet fibers. It also pairs beautifully with lemon. It has a really nice smell, and it's also antiviral, antibacterial, antiviral and antibacterial mostly. So it's a good one to literally spray into the atmosphere or to diffuse. So in the loo, for example, I would have if I don't have I have this really nifty, cute diffuser. It's a bubble diffuser. It's waterless, which means I can have a bottle of eucalyptus running and put this in the loo so that when somebody comes in and does their business, it's just going to spritz the air. And as I do that, I know it's not only making the air smell good and smell fresh, but it's also getting rid of whatever airborne things are lacking around in the air. Isn't this so? I hope you can see. Let me see if I can get that. Yeah, here we go. Like, isn't this so nifty? Like, this is so cute. Let me see if I can do some little action here. Yeah. It's like so it's so nifty, and it's automatic. It's motion sensor. It has a motion sensor, so if somebody comes in and goes out, it'll just release. I really think that's a beautiful innovation. Okay, I digress. Then we've also got oregano oil. Is an antibacterial, especially when paired with tea tree. And when you mix oregano and tea tree, it literally, I kid you not, smells exactly like Dettol antiseptic. When I first discovered that, it blew my mind. I was like, are you kidding me? I can actually get Dettol without all the drama behind it. It smells so nice. And then we've got lavender, which adds a nice floral note to any cleaning DIY. You've also got tree oils. There's a reason why the top 3 fragrant scent choices for cleaners are lavender, lemon, lime, and lemon, lime, lavender, and pine. Because we have, again, like I said, we have been programmed to associate those scents with clean. Okay, so so what we have covered so far, we have talked about the nervous and the endocrine system, and we have seen especially how chemical exposure to chemicals and toxins actually affects these 2 systems in particular, body systems in particular. We have talked about why we should make the switch to non-toxic cleaners. We've talked about which toxic ingredients to be on the lookout for, and we've only just covered 9, and we've listed some of the side effects of those toxins on the human body. We have then also looked at 5 key ingredients that we need or that would help us begin to make the switch immediately. And my number 1 recommendation, of course, is vinegar, followed by baking soda. And then you've got yourself your Castile soap, you've got hydrogen peroxide, and lastly, you have got essential oils. So the next, I'm going to give you just a couple, I think about 6 or 7 or 8 recipes for all different areas of your house. And you're going to see how these 5 ingredients just keep coming back and keep showing up in different shapes, ways, or form. But before we go there, I wanted to talk about doTERRA's and what they're calling the refreshing blend, but actually it's their line of non-toxic, safe, and effective cleaning products, which is the Abode range. You can see here there are dishwasher pods. You can see here there is dish soap. There is oh my goodness, there's a surface cleaner, there's a hand lotion, there's a surface concentrate. We even have here the what's it called, the foaming hand wash, and they are all enriched, and they have the, let me see, yeah, they have the Abode blend, and the Abode blend has lime, litsy, cassia, lemon, eucalyptus, tea tree arbovitae, which is a tree oil, kochi, eucalyptus, cilantro, lavandalene, and lemon myrtle. And then it also has thymol. Thymol is normally from either thyme or oregano, right? And these are all oils which have been studied for their cleansing and cleaning properties. So it has a multi-purpose surface cleaner, liquid dish soap. So sometimes if you also don't want to make, like I said, green cleaning can be as expensive as you want it to be. You can find a reputable company that is making safe, affordable products, or even expensive products. Really, it just depends. But they are safe and according to your budget, and you see that this is what I can do. But if your what is the word? If the budget is a bit tight and you're good with making things for yourself, then we are moving on to the next stage. But if you reach to a point and you say, I don't really have the time, I don't have the patience, I don't have the know-how, then look for companies. And the good thing is there are many that are coming up now. It is not like before when it used to be the preserve of a few, but now there are many more people who are doing such kind of things. So find a reputable company that is producing products that you can stand behind, that are clean, that are easy to use, whom you can actually go to the ingredient list and literally read, and you're comfortable with, right? There is no judgment, there is no shame. Everybody's on a different point in this journey of wellness as well. So we're going to start with a simple room freshener spray. And you're going to see me just point this. You can opt, number one is, get a diffuser. Get into the habit of diffusing. Diffusing is a very cost-effective way of cleaning the air around you. And next month, I'm going to be doing diffusing 101, and I'm so excited about that class as well. But you can also just take in such a bottle, put 2 tablespoons of vinegar. You can then also put in your combination of essential oils depending on the room. But you also want to make sure that the spray bottle you're using is either glass or it's hardy. One of the things to note is that essential oils actually break down plastic, and I've seen it happen. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. So you want to have either a very hardy plastic, or you want to have a glass bottle. A glass bottle is preferable. And then you want to fill it up with water. So you put your vinegar, essential oils, water, shake to combine. One of my favorite combinations is thyme and orange for the kitchen, even lemongrass. For the loo, you can use orange and sea cypress. Some of these things is really just experimenting and smelling around and looking for recipes and saying today I will either do a single or a blend. Like, the beauty of essential oils, again, is it becomes an art where you have creative license to try as many combinations. If you want your loo to be a floral haven, you can put in, say, lavender and grapefruit, or cypress and grapefruit. Like, the options, you have options, right? But the basic formula is vinegar, water, essential oils, and you have yourself a room freshener spray. Okay, that was a little bit too much, but it's all right. Then you've got your all-purpose everyday cleaner. And what you want to do is to put in baking soda, mix that together with a couple of citrus essential oils, or even tea tree, and put it in a glass jar for storage. And then you're going to kind of just mix it properly together before use. You want to clean your carpet, sprinkle the scented baking soda, let it sit overnight, vacuum the next day. You want to put it in your sink. That's very simple. Take a Scotch-Brite, put the powder, just rub the sink down, and then polish it, and then rinse it. Oh, and your sink is going to thank you. It's going to look so bright, and then it's also going to smell so nice. You can also use this same powder for in your toilet bowl to remove odors. Just sprinkle it around, let it sit, scrub with a toilet brush, and rinse. And if you're feeling extra DIY, you can make for yourself some really cool toilet pods, which you just take baking soda, citric acid, mix a little bit of vinegar, hydrogen peroxide, add your essential oils. It should form something like a crumbly sand. Put it in silicone mounds, ice cube trays, the small, nice square ones. Let it sit overnight until it dries. Pop it out, put them in a glass storage container. When you're going to clean the toilet, take a cube, drop it inside, allow it to freeze, and let it sit, and then you go scrub, and flush, and voila. Very simple. you've got a strictly glass cleaner. So as opposed to using this, I use this. So you put in your vinegar, you put in lemon. In fact, you don't even need to put lemon essential oil, but if you're feeling fancy, you can. You fill with water, spray bottle, shake, 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 go spray your glass, use a lint-free, either use an old t-shirt, newspaper, or use a microfiber cloth to just wipe it until it's clear. And I'm telling you, your mirrors and your glasses are going to thank you, even your windows. It's like really simple. Then we've got a fabric softener. So you want 1 cup full of vinegar per laundry load and up to 5 drops combination of essential oils, lemon, lemongrass. I used to use lemon, eucalyptus, lavender. So you see how fabric softeners are, they're either in rose, in lavender. I've not seen citrus. And then there's another one, I call it baby something. So this is simple. If you're doing hand washing, in the final rinse, just put the vinegar, put the oils, agitate it, go on. For your final load, use your for the washing machine, follow the instructions. Vinegar will also help to soften your clothes. The essential oils will give your clothes a good scent. That's it. That's very simple. In fact, I had one of my clients who used lemongrass, and she said it is such a simple but very effective what's it called? It works, like it's very effective. You don't need anything else. Then you've got a quick and easy antiseptic cleaning solution. And this one is you use tea tree and oregano, which I've told you smells like Dettol. And you can also add lemon to just give it and lift its scent. Then you've got your cups of water and you've got a glass. This one, I would literally say put a glass spray bottle because of the concentration of essential oils. And then you just pour it in your, if you're going to be cleaning, say your floors, you take that, pour it inside, and then you now use it to wipe. Alternatively, you can also use vinegar and lemon. Very simple. Vinegar and lemon, and you're good. Or vinegar and tea tree in your cleaning water. You know, vinegar is also good at removing smells, especially if you have children around you and they're like, for example, potty training and they are peeing everywhere. You have a bucket of water to which you have added vinegar and you have added tea tree. That's all you need. Then you can also make a multi-purpose spray. Vinegar, water, spray bottle, essential oils. In my case here, I have used thyme. The last time I actually put the board blend, pour everything into the bottle, shake, 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 spray, use it. So like this one in particular is used for me to, I use it, I normally just spray down the toilet seats and all that. I also use it to clean the mirrors, and then I will also use it to just spray down surfaces. One formulation, and I have covered all my cleaning duties. And then now to make a foaming hand wash shower gel, if you've got pets, if you want to wash your hair as well. The only thing here that will change is your choice of essential oils, but the basic formula, and I have this video on my Instagram where I actually made one. You have liquid Castile soap, carrier oil, vitamin E or glycerin, that's optional. You want to put in essential oils and you want to put it in a jar with a pump. Mix everything together. So what you can do is you fill your soap containers with half soap, top it up with water, and this way it's easy to pump, but it also helps you like stretch it a bit more. It moves a bit more, and it's very effective and it smells nice. So like if you're making a shower gel, you can use something. I personally love citrus bloom. I like a blend called Midnight Forest. I love another blend called Malama. For hand washing, I can easily just put something like lemongrass. And this again means that your home can smell any different kind of way at any given time. So if you want your visitors, for example, to have a certain smell or a certain feel or a certain vibe, you can use a different essential oil. If you want the same in your your personal bathroom, your personal toilet. Like, you can really play around and your house can smell very many different things at the same time because of essential oils. Then you've got this stubborn grime remover, which just uses vinegar, baking soda, and if you want some hydrogen peroxide, then you combine lemon and tea tree. You want to mix together vinegar, peroxide, and baking soda until it forms a nice paste. Then you add your essential oils and you start. So what you're going to do is just take this paste, put it on your stubborn areas, oven, kitchen sink. I don't know which bathroom, which bathroom floor or something. Let it settle for about 15 minutes to half an hour. Go back, scrub it off. You're done. Rinse, you're finished. Like, it's so simple. The way I'm describing it for you, it doesn't even take you 20 years. It doesn't. Okay. So that brings me to the end of my 8 DIY recipes. And there are so many recipes online that you can begin to check. But the first thing I would just say is begin to add vinegar to your cleaning. If you're going to wipe a surface, make a spray bottle. Even if you just did water and vinegar, you're already 100 steps ahead. Then now you go ahead and do water, vinegar, and essential oils, or you've moved to 200 steps. If you're feeling even funkier, add baking soda to the mix. Now you're 300. Like, these 5 ingredients literally give you more value for your money. And then we begin to knock off the glass cleaner. We begin to knock off air fresheners. We begin to knock off, all these fancy cleaners that we have under our sinks, which are really not necessary. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. But if you're finding it really difficult, what I would suggest for you to begin to make it a sustainable practice, start by swapping out one product at a time. So for example, you can say, like we said, I'm going to incorporate only vinegar into all my cleaning solutions, such that when I clean, even if I'm cleaning the floor, for example, I will use a liquid soap and add vinegar. That's good enough. Or you're going to tackle it one room at a time and say, okay, we're going to swap out the path. I think the easiest place to begin your swap is actually would it be the kitchen or the toilet? Maybe the kitchen or the toilet. Possibly the kitchen, because in the toilet, you've got the toilet cleaner. Some people even have bath tile wipers. I don't know which one. So just, you can either decide to do it room by room or do it product, but I think product would be better. So you say, I'm going to swap out like all these products and try with vinegar. Then the other thing is to just remember that these 5 simple ingredients are an investment in your health and wellness bank. So while like I said, it can be as expensive as you want it to be, and it can be as affordable as you want it to be. So for your own sake, perhaps you can decide, I'm going to concentrate on vinegar. A 5-liter jerry can of vinegar in Kenya shillings is about 300. That's about $2. And you can use that 5-liter of vinegar for up to 6 months, going on a year, depending on how you use it, depending on how big your household is. But you literally, it keeps on giving and giving, especially because you're diluting. Then of course, with the essential oils, you can choose to go with lemon only, for example, or tea tree only. Or if you're feeling fancy, you go with the whole collection. But you can also start small. Then you can use one recipe to do multiple cleaning tasks. My handy spray right here, which I have told you, I use it to spray down literally all surfaces. And if I want, it can also be an air freshener. And if I want, it will work in the kitchen, it will work in the bathroom, it will work with the toilets, it will work with the floor. This one recipe of vinegar, water, and essential oils will, this is my multi-purpose, this one here. And then invest in reusable cleaning items like mops, cleaning rags, and dusters, or even cut up old teas. Like you want to be able to reuse and repurpose as much as possible. So this thing of using wipes to wipe down your surfaces, it runs a pretty penny in the long run when you can easily just have a rag that you can use, and then dispose of it when it's finally done. So, ladies, gentlemen, we have come to the end of this particular green cleaning ditch and switch class. I hope what I have shared with you makes sense. I hope it has really blessed you. I hope you've picked up some new information that you can begin to incorporate in your home if you haven't already begun. And if you're already doing it, congratulations to you. Please keep it up and please keep finding more ways to begin to just simplify your routine. The best step of routine is a routine that is easy to do, easy to follow through on, no complications, very simple. Then that's what makes cleaning a lot more fun. And in the long run, when the headaches have dissipated, the other thing you need to know about cleaning your home is open your windows. Open your windows. Keep your shoes outside. Don't walk into the house with your shoes. Like those small things that we used to be told when we were children but ignored. If you can open your windows and let fresh air circulate, please do so. It would be good for you as well. So, like I was saying, that brings me to the end of this particular class. It has been a joy to share what I have discovered with you, as well as some of the things that we are doing. But also, there is no condemnation for those who find it easier to go to the supermarket. Like I said, these are all in our home. These are all in our home, right? Yeah, if I had my way, to be very different. But yeah, these are all in our home. But some of the things that you can also begin to do to really lessen the impact is, for example, like take this and dilute it like really heavily. Dilute. Take your dish soap if you can and also dilute it as well. And then when it gets finished, you can get greener and cleaner options by all means. You know, the home is literally the one place where we can control a number of these things, because you go out into offices, supermarkets, public toilets, public spaces, you really have no control over the levels of chemicals exposure that you get yourself into. So at least where you stay and where you spend a decent amount of your time, you can begin to just take action one product, one room at a time. So like I said, next month in May, God willing, we're going to be talking about diffusing, scenting your home. I'm excited to really share this class with you. Let us see how it's going to be, but from the class outline, I feel like there's a lot of information to share, even concerning diffusing. So I'm looking forward to that. If you want doTERRA essential oils, please get in touch with me. You can also reach out to me for a private kind of consultation so we can go over your needs and I can give you some suggestions on essential oils to use. You can also talk to me about getting my 25% wholesale discount if you're really serious, interested in a serious and active essential oils lifestyle, right? Feel free to connect with me on Facebook, but mostly on Instagram. Check out the rest of the videos on the YouTube channel at Briorata and send me a WhatsApp. My contact details are right on the screen. It has been my pleasure to run this class. Yes, it has been my great pleasure to lead this class. Let me see, let me stop sharing the screen here. Okay. I pray that you are going to have yourselves, let me see. Let's just see. Let's just put that back here together. Okay. Let me just have that here. Yeah, so I pray that this class has blessed you, and I pray that you have yourself a good end of remainder of April, and may the good Lord look after you until we meet again in the next class. God bless you all. Stay well, stay safe, and yeah, do everything possible within your power to just ensure that you're looking after yourselves and giving yourselves the best shot at wellness. God bless you all. Take care of yourselves. That's it from me from now. Bye. Okay. Here. Sharing.